more than 1 billion cars in this world of ours. From electric gliders to power sliders. And pretty much everything in between. I'm Tiff Needell.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Whoa.
And with my good friend Paul Woodman.
Eat my dirt, Needell.
Plus a few fellow car lovers. We're on a mission to bring you the fastest, loudest, most exclusive cars on the planet. Oh, and this lot too. From high peaks to millionaires' retreats, our quest has taken us far and wide. Stopping at nothing to bring you the ultimate automotive experiences. On the road today, it's Germany versus Italy in our super SUV shootout.
I want to absolutely humiliate him.
Sid heads to Peugeot country for a taste of the future.
It's already out of date. In fact, it's yesterday's news.
Paul's in Italy for a peaceful drive in the countryside.
This is just one of the most special experiences to have in a car in your life.
And Le Mans driver Ollie Webb shows us how to park a hot hatch.
Oh, brilliant! That was rubbish, Tim. Brilliant, Ollie. Rubbish.
But first, I'm in Austria for some high-voltage motorsport. These days, it seems like there's a new electric car launched almost every week of the year. But in the world of motorsport, battery power is still in its infancy. Yes, Formula E continues to grow in popularity, especially with manufacturers who want to be seen to be clean. But it still hasn't quite won over die-hard motorsport fans with its tight circuits and energy-saving driving style. But if there's one formula I thought would always be suited to battery power, it's Rallycross. And that's a reality now. But before that, a quick history lesson. Believe it or not, Rallycross was invented in the 60s for a British TV show called World of Sport, quickly becoming a staple of Saturday afternoon telly. Held half on tarmac, half on dirt, it combines the speed of circuit racing with the rough and tumble of rallying. Back in the day, all sorts of machines mucked in, including fearsome Group B cars after they were banned from the World Rally Championship. Today, the top tier, now sanctioned by the FIA, takes the sort of small hatchbacks you'd find in your local supermarket car park and turns them into 600 horsepower all-wheel drive animals. Races are mad, bruising battles in which every driver must complete one joker lap, using an extended bit of track, where races are often won or lost. Oh, and each race is only 5 minutes long, which brings me back to my original theory and the electric car I've come to drive. Project E has been created by IMG, the promoters, and Austrian company Stard, who built and developed this first prototype based on a Ford Fiesta. But you can buy their powertrain kit and build it into any body shell you want. With that kit, you get a big 420-volt battery that fills most of the passenger seat floor. You get 2 transmissions, one at the front, one at the rear, both with mechanical differentials. You get one 150-watt motor at the front and 2 150-watt motors at the back, giving a total of 450 watts, which is the equivalent to just over 600 horsepower. There's actually no connection between the front and the rear. Instead, there's one central vehicle control unit which manages 7 other major control units which sort out things like the torque split front and rear, the cooling of the car, the battery regeneration, and all sorts of other things. I think it's time I got behind the wheel.
Lined up 5 wide for the heats, the start is all important in Rallycross. And of course this, as we keep on getting told, is where electricity excels. No gears to change, no clutch. I just pull the handbrake, press the launch button, take as much throttle as I dare, wait for the lights to change.
and go! If you get the first corner in the lead, it's a huge advantage. These devices go from 0 to 60 in around 2 seconds.
In other words, it would comfortably beat a Formula One car off the line and then, for good measure, kick a whole lot of dirt into its face.
Oh gosh, loose, gravel loose. There's hardly time to think what you're doing. These electric cars with their 600 horsepower, they've already got the same power as the 600 horsepower petrol cars.
It really is a ferocious experience. Of course, electric motors give you instant torque, but this thing just keeps dishing it out, all 1,100 Newton meters of it. And who says EVs are too quiet? I mean, just listen to it. This thing is high voltage rock and roll. Best of all, this is clean, green, guilt-free speed.
Hairpin here, tuck in the handbrake. Oh, that works very well.
But there is a slight catch. All this acceleration absolutely hammers the battery life. Now, that's no big deal with such short races, but with several heats a day and a quick turnaround between each one, you're going to need a seriously fast charger. Thankfully, they've thought of that. And rather than plugging it in, the whole battery pack can be removed and replaced in just 15 minutes. There are lots of other upsides to battery power as well. The cars are cheaper to build and easier to maintain than their petrol counterparts, and cost about half as much to run. Plus, Stard's platform allows all sorts of e-motors to be installed, so manufacturers can use their own electric power plants while the electronic control units referee power outputs to keep the racing fair. All of which means there's less time in the pits and more time on the track.
Of course, the batteries, they weigh a bit more, they're about 1,500 kilos against the 1,300 for petrol. All that extra weight is blown out and low central gravity. But these electric cars are already lapping as fast as the petrol ones. And the great thing about this, an electric racing, is you don't have to worry at all about energy saving. It's just flat out racing from the word go. And that's what motorsport should be all about.
Here's a fun fact for you. Of the 80 million new cars sold around the world each year, 1 in 3 is an SUV. Everyone's doing it, even companies better known for their red-blooded driver's cars. Yes, that's an Alfa Romeo badge on an all-wheel drive sports utility vehicle. It's called the Stelvio, and it's here to give cars like this Mercedes GLC a run for their money. Can Alfa beat Mercedes at its own game? Well, to find out, Paul and I headed to the track.
We're going to have a lot of fun today, Tiff. We got these two fantastic-looking SUVs, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio and the Mercedes GLC.
Very attractive looking, very inviting to drive, but why have you brought me to a racetrack to test SUVs?
Well, they're both very hardcore sports SUVs. This is the 510 horsepower Quadrifoglio, and this is the 510 horsepower AMG. And guess what? We're going to kick off with a drag race.
But well, this should be close then. Both
should be very
510
close.
horsepower, closely matched. Should be good.
Should be good.
But before that, let's do the vital statistics. Starting with the Stelvio QV, yours for about £70,000. It's powered by a 2.9-litre twin-turbo V6, does 0 to 62 in 3.8 seconds, and keeps going up to 176 miles an hour. Next, the GLC 63S, yours for around £80,000, powered by a 4-litre twin-turbo V8, also does 0 to 62 in 3.8 seconds and 174 miles an hour flat out. So, on paper, pretty evenly matched. But since when did we drive on paper?
Right then, drag racing. There might be launch control, but I can't be bothered to find that. But I will have Sport Plus, suspension. I think I might actually turn the traction control off because I think it might get better grip like that. Might as well have my exhaust pipes nice and loud. And then we're ready to go.
Put it into race mode, which means my traction control and everything goes off automatically. And I'm actually going to put it into manual. Now, he thinks he's going to do me because he's got 700 newton meters of torque as opposed to my 600, but I weigh 180 kilograms less than him, which means my power to weight is far superior.
Right then, Paul, I think I'm ready. I haven't bothered to see if there's any launch control, because what's that all about?
Let's face it, it's going to be about reaction times, which mine are going to be better than yours.
He dreams. He just lives in dreams. Reaction times. He's got no idea what a racing driver's reaction time is.
He's got me. I'm gaining on him, but he's got me.
1-0 to the Merc then. But in the spirit of fairness, we decided on the best of 3.
Go! I was still in park. Oh dear, yeah, a gear would help. Sorry about that.
So that's fantastic. So it's 1-1, and this is the decider.
Come on then. Oh, closer. Oh,
Wow, that is incredible. It is literally neck and neck.
he's coming back. He's coming back by inches.
This is unbelievable. I'm just going to do it. That is unbelievable.
Swine, you just nipped me at the post.
So a very narrow 2-1 victory to the Stelvio. And to me, yes. It's always nice beating Tiff. It's always nice.
Always such a gracious winner. But whatever, because next it was time for a proper test of skill.
Okay, Paul, are you ready for this? None of this straight line stuff. Corners. We start half lap apart. See who catches who.
3, 2, 1, go.
He crept off the... I saw him creeping off the start line. This should be a doddle. Oh, I mean, it just corners flat like a sports car into this little piff-paff. Oh, I love it. Hardly any lock. Look, I mean, it's like a racing car steering wheel. I'm using that little lock. I should be well up on Paul, even on the opening lap.
The truth is, there's barely anything between us. So, to close the gap, I decided to take a much faster line through the fiddly bus stop section. Let's just call it my racer's edge.
Whoa, that was a bit neck and neck. That looked a bit neck and neck, Tiff. We might have to try a bit harder.
I want to absolutely humiliate him.
I think he might be slightly ahead of me.
Now I can see him. Now I got him in my sights. And he's going to be absolutely distraught.
He's not just slightly ahead of me. He's in my mirrors now.
I'm actually catching Tip up.
That Alfa must be really agile. This piff-paff. Hold on.
What a rocket ship, eh?
You have been cheating.
Tiff, I'll
From
tell
the
you,
word go.
what happened was that last
Did you
corner-
ever go through the bus stop thing left, right, and left?
Anyway, let's go for some lunch. Because
Anyway, to find out which is quickest, You're in the passenger seat. I'll do a lap time in both these cars. Yeah, and you're going to have to sit next to me.
First up then, for a full and proper lap, it was the GLC.
Okay, on these bollards, here we go. Start, finish line, bang. What's this then? I didn't go through here.
You didn't go through. You forgot about this to the bus stop.
I hope you're going to be consistent with these corners you're cutting. You're cutting all the corners. You're going off-roading.
It's a racing driver thing nowadays. Onto the back straight, along the curb.
Brake. Oh, you're so wide.
Just using the racetrack as it was designed.
Okay, I don't care. That's the end of it, and it is. Stop.
The time to beat, 48.94 seconds. Could the lighter, leaner Stelvio do it?
There's more body. It doesn't corner quite so flat. It feels just a bit more responsive as well. The Mercedes is a bit dead compared with this.
Yeah.
Whether that'll be quick or not, I don't know. Oh, it's frisky. It's frisky.
I know, it gets a little bit lively coming out of that corner, especially.
Oh, it feels much more alive. Wow.
It does, doesn't it?
Just
What
in half a lap.
Now brake, because it gets a little bit lively under heavy braking. Whoa! So we're on the... Well, see what I mean?
It's almost a bit of opposite lot required then.
Okay, here we go, running wide. The tyres are a little bit low. Whoa, running very wide on the last corner. And stop.
It turns out the Alfa's weight-saving diet paid off. The Stelvio did it in 47.07, nearly 2 seconds quicker than the Merc. The question is, does any of this matter once you leave the track? To answer that, we headed for the hills and some great British B-roads, where we began by taking in the view.
That was fun.
What a wonderful day for a drive in the country in 2 such superb cars.
Genuinely, Tiff, they are both absolutely stunningly good looking.
I'm not sure about what's going on here with the Alfa, all this sort of plastic and this little radar thing or whatever
This
it is.
is for the active cruise control.
But Mercedes have got it as well.
Well, they have. They've hidden it in the badge. The amazing grille, this big grille with the slats there. It looks fantastic.
But you've got these fancy grills on the bonnet, look here. Whoa.
Cooling for the engine. In fact, quite nice on a day like today.
It's a bit chilly, isn't
It
it?
sits a lot higher, doesn't it? The Alfa sits a lot higher than the Mercedes.
The high line at the rear, I like the way it swoops up at the back.
Very
Close
good.
call, but I think the Mercedes looks the classier look.
I'm not going to disagree, but this looks stunning as well. The three-quarter shot of this looks absolutely wonderful.
Time for a drive,
Come
Don.
on, let's go.
I don't do styling very much, I just do driving. Let's go for a drive in this.
I did notice you're not one for style.
And so, with my sartorial chauffeur at the wheel, we got back to business.
Well, isn't this wonderful out on the open roads, going for a cruise? I mean, the engine's lovely, isn't it? It gets going, a 2.9 litre all aluminium V6, which helps give that weight down. But interior-wise, I'm not quite so excited. It's not much to sort of get excited about, is there?
It's a bit of an elephant in the room, really, Tiff, that I'm glad you addressed, because I think the quality of the interior could be improved.
And after all that rushing around a racetrack, I forgot to mention, but I moved the seat position from your slightly near the steering wheel. It's all manual adjustments, and what's all of that about? You surely you should have electric seats in a car like this?
You're kidding. It has got electric adjustment up and down, but these seats are a £3,250 optional
What?
extra. They're Sparco carbon fibre seats, and they look wonderful, and I think they hold you in beautifully as well. In terms of other extras,
Well, it's a £70,000 car.
the second most expensive option is this panoramic sunroof, £1,250. Then you've got lovely things like the yellow brake calipers.
What about the ribs? I like the wheels on this car.
The wheels are beautiful. They're only £590 extra for those wheels. They're only 20-inch. I thought they might be 21-inch like your Mercedes.
So, really impressive on the track, lovely on the road, but just we both want a bit more bling, don't we, for our money?
And when it comes to bling, Mercedes has you well and truly covered.
Straight away, I mean, class and quality. I mean, this lovely centre console that flows from the gear lever up to the screen. I do like that.
Completely different gravy. The interior, the quality, the build quality is just phenomenal.
You know, it's a more expensive car. So it's what, £7,000 more. The entry level is 76.5. This is an £87,500 car we're sitting in.
What are the options on that?
Well, we spent £2.5 grand on those wheels.
Oh, yes.
There's another £2.5 on the premium package, which brings the sunroof and some other fancy bits of leather and bits and bobs. £1,000 for a performance exhaust pipe, which
I like it though. You can press this button here and...
Well, little things, please, little minds. Of course, the funny thing about this firm ride is it's actually an air suspension system, and you always think air suspension gives that image you're riding on a soft cushion, doesn't it? And yet
This is hard.
really firm. But it corners so flat, which is, that's what you have to do with these SUVs.
You've got a bit of understeer on this one, much more so than the Stelvio, probably because of the extra weight.
It's going to be a hard one to choose, but I tell you what, because of the handling, I might, for the first time in my life, I've never owned an Alfa Romeo, but if I was buying a sports utility vehicle, I might be looking at my first ever Alfa.
Wow, that's...
What do you think?
High accolade indeed. You know what? Let me tell you, I think the Alfa Romeo will get you out of bed on a Sunday morning and say, go for a drive.
A Sunday drive in an SUV? Well, I suppose they did name the Stelvio after one of the best roads in the world. Bravo, Alfa Romeo. You get a tick in the box from us with this one. And at the very first attempt.
Peugeot's been on a roll recently, refreshing all of its big sellers, but one model has been a bit neglected, the 2008 crossover. Now though, there's an all-new one, and here it is.
The 2008 is basically a beefed-up version of the 208 hatchback and the new Corsa. Yep, Peugeot and Vauxhall are now part of the same corporate mothership. Anyway, what we have here is the latest rival to a whole new gang of small SUVs, stuff like the Nissan Juke, the VW T-Cross, the Seat Arona, the Renault Captur, the Audi Q2, the Hyundai Kona, and the list goes on. Prices start from just over £20,000, and this particular top-spec model is just over 31.5 grand.
That's big money for a small car. It might not look very small, but that's an optical illusion. Think of it as a shrink-wrapped 3008, a super mini with the soul of an SUV. And if you ask me, the styling is a big improvement over the model it replaces.
The previous 2008 was a bit of a minger, more pudgy than Peugeot, but this one, it's good looking, right? You can have a 1.5 litre diesel engine, or you could go for a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine with 3 different power outputs, one with 100 horsepower, the other with 130 horsepower, and the one which I'm driving, which is the top of the line PureTech GT model, the 155 horsepower model.
And what about practicality? Well, often small crossovers sacrifice visibility for overcomplicated styling, eating into window space with bulky seat pillars. But not the 2008. It's as easy to see out of as any everyday runabout.
Like most modern day cars, it can show you navigation screen, what music you're playing, etc. But this one has got a holographic system on it. It feels very un-Peugeot-like, from the buttons you touch, especially this center console screen with all the switchgear. Almost feels fighter pilot in terms of that. And the graphics are really cool too.
This is properly high-tech stuff for an affordable everyday runabout.
But it's already out of date. In fact, it's yesterday's news. And that's because there's an electric version.
Usually, a manufacturer will launch the combustion versions of a new model first, then make us wait for the battery-powered models. With the 2008, Peugeot has given us a double whammy, with a 100% pure electric version available to buy right now.
So what we have here is a 100 kilowatt electric motor, 136 horsepower to me and you, and that's powering the front wheels. Peugeot claims that this car will do 193 miles from one charge, but in the real world, it's more like 150, especially if you drive it like this.
Like most electric cars, it's fun to drive, smooth, responsive, and of course completely quiet. For me, it feels even better than the petrol version. Honestly, I think this is the one to go for, so long as you don't regularly drive hundreds of miles in one go.
The interesting thing about the E2008 is, well, there isn't anything else much like it. In fact, I can't think of many small SUVs of this segment, that's pure electric. So does that mean Peugeot is starting to set the trend? In fact, in the next couple of years, will we see more cars like this? SUVs are by far one of the best-selling vehicles in the UK, and Peugeot have upped their game by basically making an electric version. It won't be long until many of the other variant rivals will have pure electric versions like this one. An electric crossover based on a small hatchback. Like it or not, this is the world we live in now. The question is, are you in or are you out?
They say that a car can't be art, and not just because you can't hang it on a wall. Art, they say, is about expressing feelings and imagination. A car, on the other hand, is a purely functional thing, transport from A to B. Although, whoever said that clearly never laid eyes on a Pagani. This one's called the Zonda Cinque Roadster. And if looking at it doesn't yet stir your soul, then just wait until you hear it.
The Pagani Zonda is simply one of the most unique and iconic supercars ever built. And this, the Pagani Zonda Cinque Roadster, is the best of the lot. But it's not just the best of an amazing bunch of Zondas. This car, for me, is simply the best car ever made. The Cinque is built using the ultimate supercar recipe. It's got a lightweight carbon fiber body. It's got this mid-mounted V12 naturally aspirated engine, sending all of the power to these massive rear wheels.
It looks like something beamed back from the future, but believe it or not, it's actually over 10 years old now. Yet it still has some mighty firepower. That 7.3-litre V12 makes 678 horsepower, 0 to 60 takes a shade over 3 seconds, and it does 217 miles per hour. Brand new, it costs around 1.3 million euros. This one isn't brand new, but has a very special owner, the man who created it, Mr. Horacio Pagani.
If you can convince him to sell it, and good luck with that, you'll be paying at least 10, maybe 15 million euros for the car.
And that's a lot for something which, on paper, is outgunned by modern supercars costing 10 times less. But with a Pagani, you're not just buying statistics. It's not only about what it can do, but how it does it.
The way it delivers is 678 horsepower from that incredible naturally aspirated V12. The way it just pushes you back in the seat and sends goosebumps down your neck. You could argue that a Koenigsegg is faster. You get more luggage in a people carrier. A Focus ST might be better on these kind of country roads. Or that you want to save the world with a Tesla. But this is just one of the most special experiences to have in a car in your life.
So what makes this Zonda so special? Well, it starts with the philosophy of the man who designed it. Horacio Pagani is a modern-day Da Vinci, an engineer and an artist all in one, with a touch of the mad scientist thrown in. For example, most supercars make do with normal carbon fiber. For the Cinque, Horacio infused it with titanium. That's pure alchemy. Then there's his obsessive attention to detail. Every tiny little bolt holding the Zonda together is etched with the Pagani logo. The engine bay, normally a jumble of hoses, clips and plastic covers, in this case is a masterpiece of sculpture. You could pull up a chair and spend the rest of the day just staring at it.
The Cinque, which means 5 in Italian, was supposed to be the last of the Zondas, a unique and ultimate representation of a very special car. Now, a decade on, Pagani have continued to release even bolder and more extreme Paganis. But for me, this is still as good as it gets.
Special touches over the regular Zonda, if you could ever call a Zonda regular, include a longer front spoiler, a flat underbody and a new rear wing. The suspension is made from magnesium and titanium, the alloys are magnesium and aluminium, and the brakes are carbon ceramic.
And you've got this incredible roof scoop above me, affectionately known as a snorkel, that just seems to amplify the noise even more into this beautiful cabin. Other changes over previous Zondas include this 6-speed sequential gearbox, the first time ever it was fitted to a Pagani. And it just seems to come alive. The faster you go, the more intuitive it becomes.
In fact, the Cinque wires you directly into the driving experience. Put your foot down and it gives you an intravenous hit of pure excitement. Honestly, it's not just special, it's supernatural. You just don't get this with other cars.
Nowadays you have electric driver's aids that help the driver. You kind of lose touch with this analog feeling that you have in this car. You typically have more weight, more complexity, and less driver feedback. In this car, you've got to be on your toes. Pagani really know what a supercar should be. It should excite you, it should surprise you. It should just give you this extraordinary feeling. Think about it. There's a reason why people don't have a picture of a Volkswagen Passat on their phone wallpaper. Some cars are designed first and foremost to be practical. Other cars are designed to beat lap records. This car's designed to trigger an emotion. From hearing it in the distance to getting it behind the wheel, the Zonda's pure aim is to get your adrenaline pumping and the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. And I'm going to leave you with one final thought, that according to the Oxford English Dictionary, the definition of art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty and emotional power. I think that summarizes this car absolutely perfectly.
Hot hatches, the perfect blend of performance, practicality and price. Trouble is, lately they've been getting a bit extravagant, and some prices have been creeping well over £50,000. Time then to get back to basics with the latest versions of 3 hot hatch legends. And they are the Ford Fiesta ST, the Volkswagen Polo GTI and the Mini Cooper S. All are front-wheel drive, all have about 200 horsepower, all start at around £20,000 and all have famous reputations to uphold. But the question is, which one do we like the most? So, in the Mini, it's 6-time Le Mans competitor Ollie Webb. In the Fiesta, 14-time Le Mans competitor, yours truly, Tiff Needell. And in the Polo, a man who doesn't even know where Le Mans is. It's Paul Woodman. And because of that, we insisted on him driving first.
It's got a bit of poke, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does.
200 horsepower, 0 to 62 miles an hour in 6.7 seconds. Highest top speed out of the 3 cars we've got, with 147 miles an hour.
By 1 mile an hour.
Wow, 1 mile an hour is 1 mile an hour.
Quite classy, this look. A clock. I love a proper clock, Ollie. I'm a bit obsessed with certain things you'll find, Ollie, like round steering wheels, which this doesn't have, and that's nice.
I didn't particularly like these seats when I first saw them, but then you reminded me it's a homage to the heritage.
I know, but do we really have to have homage? Aren't you a bit, I don't know, they're a bit dated. Is that good or bad?
It's called Jakara, actually, the cloth. I think it's fantastic. Back to the old GTI.
Yeah, but do we have to keep on going back to the GTI checkered seat?
Things get better for a reason.
What about the exterior, guys? You've had a quick chance to look at the exterior. I think it was very stylish.
I like it. I like the trims down the side. I think it's very smart.
Yeah.
Optional extra alloys look very nice.
They make a big difference, don't they, Ollie? I see a man that appreciates alloy wheels, big alloy wheels.
Typical youth, wasting money on things that don't make the car faster or more. I bet it's got low-profile tyres, which has made the ride a bit firmer.
Yeah, my fillings aren't doing so well. The ride's okay, isn't it? As we go over a category.
A strong start for the 2-litre GTI then. But for me, it's hard to beat a fast Ford, even if it does have only 3 cylinders these days. Now, I have to say, you were so keen on your tartan seats, whatever they call them, but they didn't hold you. Now I'm sitting in this Ford. Wow, do these seats hold you so much better?
They are comfy.
They're more sporty, I have to say, but I don't know. I can go back a little bit, I'm sure.
No, you're on the limit.
I have to say, driving's perfect. Nice steering wheel, slightly flattened at the bottom, but great. So it was the seats, really. I think the seats need to be body hugging for a hot hatch, and these do that.
Definitely do.
And the Volkswagens didn't.
But they
Despite
nice.
But they look good.
We've lost a bit of luxury and gained a bit of sportiness, I'd say, is the
Nowhere
difference.
near the quality and the technology of the Volkswagen.
But it's a racier feel. It's a hot hatch feel.
Yeah, definitely is. The fact that you've got a manual
I've got a
gearbox.
diff. I've got seats to hug me. I can nip round a corner, tap the hill to get a bit of power on, fire out of the corner. You see? Whoa! Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds excited. But it is amazing. 3-cylinder little turbo, but it goes straight into the limiter all the time.
Those little 3 cylinders can sound good though, can't they?
I went for a paddle then. I've been watching you with your paddles. I actually went for a paddle change. No, my life is over. I can't automatically go for a paddle change when I've got a manual. All right. Time to move on, I think, to the Mini, complete with its 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo.
Welcome to the Cooper S.
Classy look, eh? We've got the red from the VW, we've got the sportiness of the Fiesta. We've almost got the best of both worlds.
So we do have quite a lot of...
flipping, and it's firm.
That's in standard as well.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Into sport, that can't be standard.
Because this ride quality is pretty firm. So how much is this then? What other extras have we got?
Well, we've actually got almost £7,000 worth of extras on this particular car, so £29,850, and you can spec it over 30k if you want to.
Round steering wheel,
fully round
steering wheel. Nice looking grip, does it feel good?
It is good. It's not quite as spongy as your wheel, as they quoted it.
You couldn't have a car without a round steering wheel with that huge round centerpiece
No,
there.
exactly. It would be against their own emblem, wouldn't it?
So what modes, just go through them slowly, what modes have you got? So it's just one of the toggle switches.
It's just one toggle switch here. So currently we're on efficiency mode. Then to mid, which is your balance setting. You get the little Mini that comes up on the screen there. And then once you put it in sport, it turns into a track. You go faster.
And the Mini gets to go.
It's cool, isn't it? That's nice.
And then into my flappy paddles.
Oh, it's automatic. I've only just sussed you're automatic.
I want a clutch.
Can you get a manual?
You can have a manual, but this is a £1,300 extra.
£1,300?
For something you don't want.
Something you don't want in a hot hatch. So where are we at now? They're very different, the three. Polo was the sort of luxury one, but didn't have very good seats, although you like the look of them, and the Fiesta had the sporty seats. Now we've got super fancy stuff, but a very firm ride.
Super firm.
And seats sort of somewhere in the middle.
But very different personalities.
True. But what we need then, you'll love this idea.
Oh, here we go.
A drag race.
Yes!
You love a drag race.
It soon became clear why Tiff was so keen to have a drag race, because on paper at least, he'd already won.
My car's got 200 horsepower, as much as yours, Paul, more than your little Mini. And I'm the lightest of the 3 cars. And I've got the quickest 0 to 62 time. I think I'm going to win. I'm getting more and more confident.
On paper, that is completely correct, so we're going to try everything in our power. I might turn left as we set off, to be honest.
Not sure that's legal in drag racing. Oh, what a start! What a brilliant takeoff! Hold on a minute, the Mini's coming down.
The Mini's is going! I can't do anything about it!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, that Mini! That Mini just pulled away! It's supposed to be the slowest car here!
The Mini's quickest, a bit more torque, 4 cylinders. Anyway, how about some agility? Let's do agility. I bet you're not so agile in your Mini with your automatic gearbox. Let's do reverse flicking and handbrake turning. Right then, Ollie, I know you don't do much of this at Le Mans, but so the idea is you reverse through the first gate, flick it, drive forward, and then a handbrake turn into the garage. You've got to get past the cones and parallel. Pretty easy, really, for a man of your talents. What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds easy enough. I'd like a manual, though.
Look, son, you won the drag race because you've got an automatic, so don't start bleating about having a manual when you've just won the race thanks to your seamless gearbox.
Right, OK, let's do it.
Right, go, 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 go.
Oh, a lot of speed there, Tiff. Oh, he's going to miss it. He's going to miss it.
Hit the coast. Oh! Oh, he's in neutral. He's in neutral. He's in neutral. Oh, that was good handbrake.
Good handbrake turn.
But you've got to be in the garage. That's the garage wall. You're outside the garage. You've got to be in the garage.
I want to show my car off. It's beautiful.
Brilliant. That was rubbish, Tiff. Brilliant, Ollie. Rubbish.
Right, I've got to do this right.
All right, Ollie, your second attempt. We like the handbrake. We thought the J-turn was rubbish. Go, Ollie, go, 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 go.
Don't hit the cone, don't hit the cone.
Good, good, good. We've got... Oh, we've got...
Oh. You've knocked my garage down.
I'm too upset I can't get the J-turn right. Right, it's your go.
Honestly, these young guns full of excuses. I think this just goes to show you can't beat a bit of experience.
OK, Mr. Liddell, when you're ready, send the Fiesta.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Maximum speed.
Right. Ooh. Tidy.
But he got it into first, good.
Got second, he got wrong, and...
Oh, he's hit the garage doors.
Yeah, it's OK.
He'd need a builder in.
Right.
I don't need any more goes. I don't need any more goes, do I? It can only get worse. Let's face it, it can only get worse.
We're rooting for you. Go on, then.
Very slow speed on those J-turns. It was a bit faster this time. Ooh, neatly round the cone. Ooh.
Oh, I like the wheel spin. It was ruined before he got in anyway.
So you made the garage door a single garage instead of a double garage. Was that the game?
We wanted to build a conservatory.
All very amusing, lads. And talking of jokes, it was over to my learned colleague and the Polo. Right then, Paul. I don't want any of this sort of I've got an automatic gearbox that Ollie says. You've got the finest DSG gearbox. You've got all the toys. You've got talent. You've got everything. You've got everything, Paul. Right, let's see it. Go, go, Paul.
OK, here I come.
Quicker, quicker.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Oh, it's good. No, it's going on. Well, just remember with the J-turn that you don't keep lock on and try and kill me and Ollie, all right? You've got to take the lock off. You've got to go straight forward after the J-turn, right? And you're not really in the garage either. That was a valid attempt.
You're in the right postcode. Oh, it's fast.
Oh, he's getting the cone, he's going to get the cone. The lock's still on, the lock's still on. No, he's in here. No,
It's not me, it's not me. It's not me. I just drive it in, though. It was an elegant handbrake.
It wasn't me.
What's wrong with gear
It wasn't
lever,
me.
gear
It would
lever?
not go in gear. It wasn't
do you
me.
mean
It went in
wouldn't go in
neutral.
gear?
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I've been in that situation.
And so, with victory all mine, we headed back onto the road where we had a decision to make. So now we have to choose which is the best of these three. It's not going to be an easy choice. They all have their pluses and all have their minuses. I mean, the VW,
Well, definitely quality, reliable, solid, but probably not that exciting for a hot hatch, dare I say.
and living in the past with those seats.
With
that
those
don't-
seats.
Heritage, Jakara cloth heritage, Tiff.
The Mini?
Well, for me, the interior, I think we're all in agreement that it was the nicest, most modern inside, but the ride quality was where it fell down a little bit on the road.
The Ford, though, that's the boy racer one. The seats that hugged us, but rather a plain Jane on the inside dashboard-wise. So
It's quite obvious we leave the VW behind.
It's so something. See, I disagree. I think it's between these two. I think,
agree.
I think for me, the Ford, without question, the most sporty. But for me, it's between these two cars.
Yeah, that comes in third for me too.
Well, I've got the third for the VW. So I've got to choose between the Mini and the Fiesta. So for me, I'm going Mini.
I think I would too, to be honest, overall.
Well, I've got a soft spot for this, but I think the Mini was really the star of the show today.
So we're all agreed. The winner today is the Mini.